Hey folks, welcome back to Motoramblings. I'm Patrick, and today I'm riding Copper, my 2012 Suzuki VStrom. I am out in the forest, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about confidence. Overconfidence, lack of confidence, too much, too little. Let's talk about it, see what you think. Did great putting the motorcycle in the picture, didn't I? I say, hey, there's my motorcycle behind me and I've got it completely blocked out. Shows what kind of great videographer I am. So anyway, we are out here in the Pisgah National Forest. I've been on these roads on many occasions, including going up here a little bit and finding ice right here one time and putting the bike down and not being able to get it going again. I was up here one time and it was over on up here a little bit. There's another road that cuts off toward a fire tower, and I took off on a road I'd never seen before when I was by myself and got myself kind of worked up because I felt like I was in over my head. Now I've been out, I've done a whole lot of other things since then that make me realize I was not over my head. I was just out of my confidence level. Confidence. Let's talk about that a little bit. I think confidence is a tough one because you have confidence, you need confidence to ride, but you also have to be careful that you don't get overconfident. I watched a podcast last night from Dork in the Road, and oh my gosh, I'm going to forget her name, but the woman that he rides with quite a bit, she's got her own channel. I will find it and I'll put a link up here somewhere. But anyway, they did a podcast, and one of the things they touched upon was that when you first start riding, whether it's your first start riding on the street or you first start riding off the street, off pavement, that you don't have any confidence. You're learning, you're hyper concentrating on what you're doing because it's all new and you don't have any experience with it. You don't know how the bike's going to react on a road if you've never been a street rider, or if you're first getting out on dirt roads, you don't know how the bike's going to react. So you're hyper vigilant. Then you get to a point where you start feeling, I got this. I'm confident. And then you become too confident. That confidence can get you in trouble. That's when you're more confident than you are skilled. Now, I'm actually going with Dork in the Road. This is something Dork in the Road was talking about. I just happen to agree with it completely and just going to kind of put my own twist on it. But he said pretty much the same stuff. Matter of fact, he actually came out with a percentage that most people have their accidents not when they're brand new and not when they've been doing something forever, but when they're in the middle, when they feel like they're really good at what they're trying to do, but they aren't yet. And I think it's so true. When I first get out here on the dirt roads, if I hit 20 miles an hour, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm doing great. And then I started doing it for a while longer, and 20 miles an hour became, pretty easy, pretty routine. And then I started 30 miles an hour. I started 35 miles an hour, and I felt like, hey, I got this. Well, it only takes a few times to go down to say, oops, no, I don't have this. And I think that happens a lot. I see it with street riders, specifically my son. We'll leave it at that. And then I see it with, off-road riding myself. I've been doing this for quite a long time now, and most of the time I don't have the confidence to just go do things on my own and nail it. But I did start getting to the point where I had confidence enough that I felt like, oh, I can go do this. I'll go attempt that. And then I was in over my head. And that's because my confidence was above my skill level. So now, I hope I've learned, after those few little mishaps and getting myself into situations that weren't terribly enjoyable until after the fact. Hopefully I've learned a little bit about how, okay, being confident is great. Having the confidence to do what you need to do, I mean, it's required. If you're going to go out and do certain things, you need to be confident enough that you can do it. But you also have to remember, in my case, I have to remember that I'm not as good as I might think I am. I'm not as skilled as a lot of the other folks I watch. Now, do I think that I can pretty much handle any sort of terrain? Yes. My big thing is I have to remember that there are things that I don't have much experience with. There are things that make me very uncomfortable. Mud, for instance. I really no experience at all with sand. And I can tell you right now, I'd be okay if I never had experience with a bunch of sand. But I do feel like, okay, I can get it done as long as I watch what I'm doing and pay attention to my comfort levels. So basically it comes down to, okay, yeah, I can do it, but I can't do it as fast as, person A. I can't do it as well as person B. I can do it, but I've got to do it at my pace, within my comfort level and my confidence level. I'm confident I can do it at, 15 miles an hour. That's what I do. I shouldn't be trying to do it at 30 miles an hour if my confidence or my comfort level is at 15. That was a long, convoluted little conversation, but you get the point. Confidence is a requirement. Overconfidence can be a detriment. Finding that happy medium, to me, is all in getting the experience. And for me, getting experience is what it's all about. Now, this road, there's, very hard packed. There is some mud here and there, from light mud, just greasy stuff on top. My rear tire needs to be replaced. The knobbies on it are not that good at the moment. I've worn them out. It was a Shinko 805, and I think I got, I think I got 6,000 miles out of it, which is pretty good for a Shinko, but I did a lot of street miles on a chunky tire, and that'll wear them out quick. But anyway, the road is clear of loose gravel. You can see it's almost like riding pavement in that sense, but we did have a pretty good chunk of rain not too long ago, and some of these spots are going to be a little bit wet, and I can see, like I said earlier, a little bit of grease on top here and there. But this isn't something that should test me too badly. I'm out here by myself, so I'm not going to push myself too hard. I've done that before, remember? All right, so anyway, yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about the confidence and confidence level, good, bad, and indifference. I had my confidence videos where I was confident, lost my confidence, and it just killed my riding. So I just kind of wanted to follow up because I'm in kind of the general same area. You've got to have the confidence, but be careful that you don't push the confidence too far. All right, off my little high horse. I'm going to enjoy the ride. I need the exercise because I'm getting fat. All right, folks. I just realized I had my shield up the whole time. I hope you heard me well enough. I'm sure I was screaming. I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe. Most of all, stay happy, y'all. Motoramblings out. See ya.